you think? Should we go get an Apple Vision Pro? There's no one in line, interestingly.
Really cool.
Sure, yeah.
But we're not gonna spoil it until you do your demo. Okay?
Yeah, I'll hold
You to
back.
be
I'm
on.
patient. I'm patient.
Yes, we need you to be on because it's gonna be spectacular.
I'm excited. Have you gotten to try it?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah. Great, yeah. Thank you.
And then he'll help you with that.
Appreciate it. Yeah, that's amazing to me. The other thing I was talking with a friend about was how, I mean, obviously the screen gets closer and closer and closer, it gets more and more personal, right, as it goes. And of course, at this point, you gotta have tons of customization for a device like this, otherwise it's not accessible.
Can I borrow your glasses?
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna start the process.
There you go.
I'll be right back, sir, okay?
Please.
I'm gonna get the demo out here for you so we
Sweet.
can make sure it actually fits proper and everything.
Perfect.
And you got the inserts as well.
Yeah, apparently Apple's very specific on how these things can be done and reversed, and because they're prescriptions, we don't see any of that.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So a QR code, I guess, is a one-time, like a one-and-done situation, which they're like, oh, we need to do that.
That's interesting, yeah.
That's okay. That's more for me than it is for you.
Well, it's an interesting detail. I mean, I appreciate the attention to detail in terms of that's sort of a privacy thing in some ways. So,
100%,
yeah.
right?
Okay. Any day could be Apple Vision Pro Day. I walked in to the store early this morning at my pickup slot, talked to the rep. You could tell everybody was pretty excited, all sorts of people. There wasn't actually a line, which I found interesting, but there were a lot of people in the store. And there was a table in the back right corner where I'd say about 6 people were simultaneously trying on the devices with the guidance of an Apple employee. And then I was ushered to a center table, which was just an empty table where they processed some of my order stuff. They took my glasses and they put them under a machine to get inserts for the device that matched my prescription. Now, they brought me over to the table, and you could tell the employees were very enthusiastic about what was going on. They walked me through this guided setup. It wasn't with my device, it was with a demo device, but they had this on the light seal here that they had a kind of like a cloth piece to keep it clean. So that way they could cycle them out throughout the day and make sure that they stayed clean. And I went into the demo kind of like, okay, I know what I'm getting into. I've seen all the reviews, and you could just tell that the person that was helping me was extremely excited because they had all tried it. The person that was helping me before was talking about how excited he was about using these to take spatial videos during weddings and family events and things like that. But the demo it was pretty mind blowing, and it was worth going through. I recommend that if you can get to an Apple store and do one of the demos, it's worth just seeing what the experience is like. And for those of you who can't afford one of these or don't feel like you want them, it's at least worth getting a taste of what Apple thinks the kind of future is here. I will say a couple things based off of our roundup of reviews the other day. I think the thing that stood out to me most is what Nilay and what MKBHD talked about with the eye tracking and finger tracking, that there are edge cases and it's an imperfect input method for sure. That said, for the most part, it was astounding. It felt like I was using telekinesis to move physical objects. And when they put me on the mountain, for the most part, it really felt like I could look around and be there. They put me on a picture in this like panorama of the Oregon coast, and I had been to that spot, and it looked like I was back in that spot. It was pretty amazing, and I was skeptical going in. The most amazing thing about the demo to me is that they run this demo reel. They make you watch this little clip of Super Mario Bros. The movie, and then they throw you into a little Apple created demo, which is mostly like VR videos, 180-degree views, right? The thing that stood out to me in that one was the sports viewing experience. They had a picture of, I think it was an MLS game, and you were right on top of the net looking down, and you could see the ball get kicked, look like it was going into the net, and then bounce off the corner in the crossbar. And then they had another clip of you on, let's see, it's on the first baseline, looking into the field of an MLB game. Ball comes over, first baseman fumbles the ball, and it feels like you're there. It's 3D. I think that this is what Nilay talked about, what Gruber talked about, what many of the reviewers talked about in terms of this being a crazy entertainment experience, because all of the most like awe-striking experiences I had through the demo were entertainment related, and I can see sports being a hugely compelling piece for this. And I'm surprised Apple didn't work more during the kind of sports bidding for the rights of many of these other sports to get in to control some of those things for Apple Vision Pro. I can imagine this coming to the deals that they have with MLS. I can imagine this coming to anything on ESPN if Disney's really bought in. I'm really looking forward if they've got VR hockey games. That would be amazing to sit rinkside and watch hockey games. Unboxing was great. You got to see it. It was fun to roll in there. You could tell everyone was excited. But that's where I want to leave it today. Let's leave it nice, short, sweet, to the point. Spatial computing is a big question. And with a 30-minute demo or less, I'm feeling pretty excited.